let me give you guys the facts of what's happening and see if you can guess the serial killer. So, this was a real serial killer. And
John Wilkes Booth.
No, he was not the killer.
The FBI.
Yes.
Yes. That's it, guys. We'll see you later.
It's them or the CIA. One.
Your average liberal white woman.
So, once we conclude who this is, we can discuss on theories if you want to. But
That's not just a theory.
let me
That's
take
a
you.
game theory.
So
Thanks
this
for
is most
watching.
likely not FBI or CIA. Let me take you to London.
MI6.
Might be. So in London, late summer and into autumn, it's back in the time where they had gas lamps. So this is 1800s-ish, right in there. If you want to get real specific, 1888. So
I was going to say 1800s-ish is real specific, huh? That's 100 years.
yes, so
1880s.
1880s. I'm going to give you a short series of crimes that were committed on the streets of London during that time, and you guys will see if you can guess. I think it should be decently easy,
Jack the Ripper.
but we shall see.
That was exactly what I was thinking. As soon as he said,
So
as soon as he said the time period.
in 1888, a serial killer targeted
Jack the Ripper.
Whitechapel.
New York.
That is not in New York.
Could be.
Just bloating stuff out.
London.
Blurting.
The murderer was never identified, but the case became almost nearly unsolved to this day. Although we have a bunch of people who, pseudo detectives, say it's this person or it's a whole bunch of people. But early in the morning on Friday, August 31st, 1888, a woman named Mary Nichols, another woman named Mary, found in Bucks Row in Whitechapel,
Mary, did you
dead.
know?
The discovery
You be
happens
dead.
about 3:40 in the morning when a man working, he was turning out the lights.
Yes, as one does during that time.
Yes. He notices what he thinks is a bundle of clothes in the road. He walks up to it and instantly realizes it's a man or a woman,
A man or a woman.
and they're
He
covered.
wasn't sure which because he couldn't ask.
He did not assume the gender.
Could not
Yeah.
ask pronouns because they were dead.
A person.
And
A they, themmer.
he quote kicked it. And as one does to a bundle of clothes.
Well, it's like, you drunk?
Yeah, pretty much. The police confirmed later on that it is a homicide, and the wound suggests a killer who attacked quickly and then did.
I thought you were saying the police confirmed a kick killed her. Like, oh,
Officer, he's turning out the lights.
I didn't mean to.
The police did take the man who was working and who reported it, thinking that he did kill her, but he was later on released and had an alibi because he had been turning out all the lights on his street, and he was absolved of anything. But they did an autopsy of the woman, and they found out that she had been stabbed multiple times. And just for people listening, more than what is necessary was done to the body.
Nice.
So it wasn't just a stabbing and leave. Then,
Wait,
yes,
are you suggesting more than a murder?
yes,
Okay, I was the way you worded that, I was.
Yeah, at first it sounded like you were saying like it was overkill on how much he killed.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then it drifted into like okay.
So yes, people and the news reports between 25 and 30 stabbings or stab wounds. So more than what was necessary, plus obviously that. But I didn't want to throw that into it just because I know how YouTube censors that.
Yeah, it's annoying, but yes.
So Then, just over a week later, on Saturday, a second woman named Annie Chapman was found murdered in her backyard of 29 Hanbury Street. This was not that far away from the first one.
Same
general vicinity.
No.
Or county.
Same type of death.
Yes.
Overkill.
She was found murdered as well. This one, they could not say whether or not anything else had been done, but she had been stabbed to death with a bunch of stab wounds again. This one, she was found at 6 a.m. in the morning. Investigators basically started making, this area, just doing a little research, it's basically the size of our county.
So, decent size.
Yeah, and especially back then, you could hide. Obviously, they didn't have the surveillance or anything that we have today. So, investigators saw the two crimes. They start putting out notice to everybody around, and as soon as the journalists got a hold of all this, they just go crazy because back then, that sort of news sold, and everybody was freaking out because it happened in less than a week. 2 women are murdered. So a little less than a month later, on the 30th of September, another woman is taken, Elizabeth Stride, found in Dutfield's yard off Burner Street. The body discovered at 1 a.m. in the morning. It's always at night. And then not long after, another body of another woman is discovered at 1:44 a.m.
Number 5?
This is number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 plus the other one from...
Plus the first one.
Yes. So somebody's going on a rampage.
Yeah.
And this woman's name was Catherine Eddowes. She was found in the city square. Slumped over.
Right there in the open.
Yeah. She was found slumped over. So 2 murders one night. Everybody, rightfully so, goes into a fit. They're marching the streets. Policemen are brought in from other parts of the country to patrol London, and they can't seem to find this guy or girl or whoever's doing it. So, on Friday, November 9th, a few days later.
6, 7.
I'm doing the 6-7 thing.
I was doing that the other day just because, you just do it. You're saying one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
tend to...
I've done it way before the whole 6-7 thing, but I was doing one with this, and
Yeah.
Blake, he's just laughing. He said, "I can't believe you're doing that." I said, "What? 6-7?" I said, "Oh, stop."
So on November 9th, another woman, Mary Jane Kelly, is found dead inside her rented room on Miller's Court Street. This one
wasn't just dumped in the street.
Yeah, this one's a little bit different.
Because there's cops patrolling.
She's not in the street. She's in a room, and the room was locked from the inside.
Window. Was she on the 3rd or 4th story?
There's no window.
Oh.
That's what was creepy about it. She was also renting a room, and the person that rented it to her said nobody else came in that night. It was like a hostel, basically.
So we figured it out. It was her, and she couldn't take the guilt anymore.
She kept...
Story solved.
Was it in her back or just her
All
front?
over.
All over.
Yeah. So the next morning, the landlord comes to fix up the room for the next tenant. Knock on the door. No answer. It's locked. She calls the locksmith.
How are doors locked from the inside? I mean, can't
I'm assuming like one of those slats that you can shove over.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. I don't know how London does things.
That's a good escape artist if he's able to do that.
Yeah. So the landlord goes, they get a locksmith, and at 10:45 a.m., they find her body. And obviously, the town goes nuts now, if they weren't already. At this point, women are not allowed outside after 8 p.m. without another man with them. Who cares about the men, right?
Nobody.
So you end up with a handful of women, one neighborhood, and it's pretty bad. Now, wanted to just ask you guys, who do you guys think it is?
Jack the Ripper.
It is Jack the Ripper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But here's the weird thing. Everybody doesn't agree that it's one person. They say it could have been multiple people. It could have been a group, a cult, or whatever. Because who could do that many crimes and keep getting away with it?
Jack the Ripper.
I'd say it'd be one person because if there's multiple people, it'd be easier.
You think so?
Yeah. When there's more people involved, things get complicated.
I think it's one person as well, just because everything was done basically the same.
Yeah.
It's always the same crime, with the exception of the locked room. That's the weird one that threw me off.
That is odd.
Because from everything that I found, the reason why it's always locked from the inside was to protect the tenant.
Yeah.
Like when you go into a hotel, they have the locks that you can manually lock or put the chain on or whatever. And I know you can get around those, and I'm sure there was a way for, obviously, somebody to get around that. But
they would have seen them come and go. You said no one came in.
Yeah.
No one left.
And if you go back, and there's different accounts. Some people say that there was a back door. Other people say no, there wasn't, because like a hotel, you go in through one area, you go. Nowadays, you have a key card, but back then, to keep the safety and to keep people from just getting into a room for the night, go in one area, check in, pay, get your room, whatever. But the reason why some people think that there could be more at stake here is because the police, while being on certain roads at the same time as the murders, would never see anything. In one case, the second woman that I named, I can't remember her name.
Anna or Annie?
Yeah, the cop was around the corner. What?
So that would suggest to me that
It was that cop.
That guy.
He killed her in another location and dragged her and dropped her off.
Could have been.
Because, I mean, obviously, if you're getting murdered, stabbed that many times, you're not going to be screaming. Unless you had your throat slit first.
You mean you are going to be screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you're not?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to be screaming unless you have your throat slit first. That way your vocals won't work.
Right.
So, I don't know. I still think you would hear a tussle if he's...
Yeah. Especially if he got into the room with the woman.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I can't figure that one out.
And
I'd have to actually be able to see the locks and
unless he just happened to be staying there.
Yeah.
Just so happened to be able to get by. Probably sees the woman come through the lobby, go up to the room, just take advantage.
Yeah, but, they didn't have running water then either, so it's not like you could wash off the blood as easy.
Right.
Unless he already had a water basin in his room, and then he could, but he didn't have any windows to throw the water out, so.
Right. I don't know the infrastructure, how good it was compared to now. But I kind of, back then, the occult was pretty big still. And there was a lot of people that thought, sacrificing a woman. It's always a woman for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, because women are a sign of purity.
Yeah.
I know around this time, around the Civil War time in America, it was a big spiritual awakening, a big spiritual movement at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get off into all that, but during that time it was a big spiritual movement, and not in a Christian way, but trying to talk to the dead and trying to talk to relatives and seances and all that. So
The only one that was a little bit weird too was Elizabeth, because she had less stab wounds than the other women, and everybody's like, okay, he was interrupted when he was killing her, or she stopped him at some point, or fought back, or whatever, and he had to flee. But I think of all the names that we give like serial killers, that's probably one of the most infamous ones.
yeah, for real. I mean, even I think the one that would rival it is Ted Bundy, at least in America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Jack the Ripper, I mean, that goes across continents, that name.
Well, other people think that he was a cryptid in London.
Yeah, well, there are people who think like he's not a person, like you said, or not necessarily like a cryptid, but like an entity,
Yeah.
and that he actually
Yeah.
travels the world.
There's all kinds of theories. Like people think that it was somebody who was escaped from an asylum and just going on a rampage, because back then we would just lock people up if they had a mental illness.
But if he was
Rightfully so. Bring back
if
the
Jack
asylums.
the Ripper was actually a spiritual entity of some sort, then the locked room makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one reason I imagine why they even bring that point up.
Probably.
Yeah. And the weird thing about it is it all just stopped. Like nothing was ever formally done.
Nothing in another town from on the other side of the country.
No, it just stopped.
Just stopped.
Nothing in Scotland,
Nope.
Ireland, UK.
No.
Anywhere.
Just what was happening and then just stopped. I mean,
Benjamin Franklin. That's why he had all the bones underneath his house. No, I'm just kidding. I know that's
I can't remember
100 years earlier.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Time traveled bones back.
I can't remember if it was because of this case or if it just made it more popular, but I'm pretty sure this case had a lot to do with making Sherlock Holmes like a
big name.
A big name, yeah. Because it was like
the unsolvable case.
Yeah, let's create a detective in fiction and let him solve everything.
Well, no, wasn't Sherlock an actual individual?
I think so, but like what I'm talking about is like the lore and the story of him.
Okay.
But that would be a cool one.
Yeah, like him fighting vampires.
Yeah. Or is that Van Helsing?
It's Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes, I remember that.
They didn't make a movie about Sherlock fighting vampires?
I don't think so.
It was no, I was thinking of what's his name that plays Iron Man?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. playing him, but he was in a boxing match.
It was
Sherlock Holmes was in a boxing match. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The last thing I'll say about this before I finish is the new theory that I've been seeing online is people think that it was the government because where it was done was kind of in the slums and it made people move away from there after and they could redo it all. The government again.
I wouldn't put anything behind the government.
It's always the government, man.
Yeah.
There's no boogeyman. It's just I'm not going to name a name.
The government is the boogeyman.
Exactly.
If you ever say my government won't do that, oh yes,
they're already
will.
doing it.
They're already doing it.
But
yeah, I watched a documentary one time years ago about how they were positive that they found who it was after
really
all these years.
Yeah.
And I cannot remember for the life of me who
it was Paul.
Paul Fresher. It's Paul Fresher.
The whole time.
Oh, man.